J.League clubs have some fantastic badges, often deep in meaning, and in this video, we'll dive deeper into the stories behind the designs. There are a lot to get through, so let's get started. This is every J.League club badge explained. Van Rohe Hachinohe's badge shows a squid, which is caught off the coast of Hachinohe. The blue represents the sea of Hachinohe, and the green represents the countryside of Nango in Hachinohe. The image of the phoenix is important to Fukushima United, with Fukushima Prefecture striving to recover from the devastating tsunami and nuclear plant disaster. So, the club's badge shows a phoenix holding a football with the map of Fukushima Prefecture on it. Iwaki FC's badge is the shape of Iwaki City. The blue line represents the club working together to move forward, and the red and blue are the colours of Iwaki City. YSCC are from Yokohama, a city on the coast where you'll find a lot of seagulls. So the Y in the badge stands for Yokohama and is also in the shape of a seagull. The blue in the badge represents the sea, and the orange is said to be the colour of the sun and Yokohama City night view. The hexagonal shape of the badge and the lines are said to represent the industry of the local region. The 5 stars represent the 4 towns of Tsukui, Shiroyama, Fujino and Lake Sagami, and the city of Sagamihara, which incorporated those towns in 2007. Green is the colour of Sagamihara City, and the bird on the badge, the hibari, is the official bird of the city. This is quite a complicated badge. The top represents the peaks of the Northern Alps, with the middle one being Mount Jounen. Matsumoto Castle is also signified in the top half of the badge. On the sides are snow grousers, with the one on the right holding a laurel leaf in its mouth, which represents luck and victory. The 3 green lines represent the mountain ranges of the old Shinshu region, which now makes up Nagano Prefecture, and the 4 dark lines represent the plains. First of all, the lion. The club were founded as Nagano Elsa SE, with Elsa coming from the name of Elsa the Lioness, a lion raised in an Amsterdam zoo before being released into the wild, who was the subject of books and movies. And the flowers are from the apple tree, a symbol of Nagano Prefecture, and the colours are from the Nagano Prefectural flag. The badge represents the Tateyama mountain range, Toyama Bay, and the tulip, which is the flower of Toyama Prefecture. Purple comes from the colour of the Fujieda city symbol and wisteria, which can also be seen on the badge. Wisteria in Japanese is Fuji, which is where the city of Fujieda gets its name. The green stripes represent Fujieda's heritage as a successful place for high school football. The bird standing on the ball is an ugurisu, the official bird of Fujieda city. Azul Claro means light blue in Portuguese and represents the sky, which can be seen at the top of the badge. It's above the white peak of Mount Fuji, which is also in the shape of an N for Numazu. The top of the badge shows the mountains of Gifu Prefecture, and underneath the football you can see the Kiso 3 rivers. The flowers are the Rengaso, the official flower of Gifu Prefecture, and the colour red stands for passion, the blue for intelligence, and the green for harmony. Gaina means big in Totori dialect, and Gainare Totori have a dream to become a big team in the world. And the wings sprouting from the football are meant to fly Gainare Totori to their goal. One of my personal favourites. Kamatamare Sanuki are from Kagawa Prefecture in Shikoku, an area famous for Sanuki udon. So the badge shows a bowl of udon, with the football in the middle also representing an egg yolk atop the noodles. The top of the badge shows Mount Ishizuchi in Ehime Prefecture. There are 2 Komodori birds on the badge, the prefectural bird of Ehime, and beneath the football are the waves of the Seto Inland Sea. The blue and white pattern on the badge comes from the family crest of the Murakami pirates, who were actually friendly pirates that protected the waters of the Seto Inland Sea off modern-day Imabari, and the anchor also reflects the seafaring history of Imabari. Kitakyushu City's flower is the sunflower, and the club badge depicts sunflower petals and the red of the rising sun. In the center, you can see the Japanese character for Kita, which means north. This brilliant badge shows a cow representing Miyazaki beef and a Miyazaki chicken, two famous examples of Miyazaki produce. In the bottom left is an image of a gate from Miyazaki Shrine, and a shining sun is shown in the top right. Kagoshima United were formed through the merger of Volca Kagoshima and FC Kagoshima, who played in red and light blue respectively. And you can see those colours down the centre of the badge. But the show stealer on this badge is the image of an erupting Sakurajima, the volcano that looms over Kagoshima City. The club badge features the image of a crane, which was the symbol of the Nanbu clan that ruled northeastern Tohoku for over 700 years. Sendai is famous for the Tanabata Festival, or Star Festival, so the club have a lot of astronomy references. The team name is a combination of the stars Vega and Altair, with Altair also known as the Eagle Star, hence the eagle on the club badge. You can also see the two stars, Vega and Altair, on the badge. The gold colour represents the colour of a meteor, and also references Miyagi Prefecture's past as Japan's first gold mining area. The blue represents the colour of the galaxy, and red the passion and desire to win. Blaublitz means blue lightning bolt in German, which is represented in the badge. The image in the centre is of a Namahage, a demon-like figure that appears in Akita folklore. Montedio Yamagata's new badge looks very smart. It shows the Dewa mountain peaks, above which are stripes representing the flow of the Mogami River. The inclusion of yellow is to signify hope for the future. Mito Hollyhock's badge takes inspiration from the Tokugawa family crest, with the Tokugawa family having controlled the Mito area for over 200 years in the past. This badge takes major influence from the greenery of Tochigi Prefecture, the colour blue of the prefecture's official bird, the blue and white flycatcher, plus the colour yellow that represents hope. This club's name comes from the onsen town of Kusatsu, where the team were founded. You can see hot spring steam rising in the centre of the badge. There's also a lion theme here, which comes from the Mayaguchi Lion Dance Festival held in Kusatsu. Omiya City's official animal is the squirrel, which is also the mascot of Omiya Ardija, so it appears on the badge too. The lines represent some of the historic roads that run through Omiya, including Nakasando, which runs to Omiya's famous Hikawa Shrine, which is next to Ardija's NAC 5 Stadium, and orange is also the colour of the shrine, so Omiya Ardija adopted this colour as well. Jeff United's main mascots are two Akita dogs called Jeffy and Unity, so an Akita takes pride of place on the badge. The yellow comes from the Nanohana, the official flower of Chiba Prefecture, while the green and red are from the club's owners. Green is the colour of JR East, and red the colour of Furukawa Electric. The club's name is also a combination of these two companies, JR East Furukawa, shortened to Jeff. Tokyo Verdy's original badge showed an Urvogel, a bird-like dinosaur. The meaning of this was that the club saw themselves as a football pioneer in Japan. When the club unveiled their new badge in 2020, the bird remained, but with a more modern look. The motif in the middle of the badge is designed to look like both the M for Machida and the Z for Zelvia, and the three white lines are said to represent the words citizen, administration, and team. Yokohama FC were founded by supporters of Yokohama Flugels, a team that was dissolved into Yokohama Marinos in 1999. So the phoenix image reflects the rise of Yokohama FC from the ashes of Yokohama Flugels. And the blue ribbon at the top of the badge is linked to the Blue Ribbon movement that began at the end of the Yokohama Flugels' 1998 season, when the fans mobilized to keep the club alive. The pattern on this badge is based on the family crest of the Takeda family, who reached their highest level of influence through Takeda Shingen, whose statue can be found outside Kofu Station. And the flower at the top is the Fujisakura, the official flower of Yamanashi Prefecture. The red on the badge is linked to the image of grapes, with wine being a famous product from Yamanashi. The name Albirex comes from Albireo, the double star in the Cygnus constellation, which is why there's a star at the top of the badge. Cygnus is the Latinized Greek word for swan, and many swans fly to Niigata each year, so there's a big swan on the club badge. The colour orange is used because of its association with the sunset of Niigata, and blue is linked to the Sea of Japan, which Niigata faces. There's a definite German feel to this badge, which links to the club's name. Zueigen Kanazawa comes from the German words zwei meaning two and gehen meaning advance, which has the meaning of the supporters and team advancing together. The badge is also in the shape and colour of the black lily, which is the official flower of Ishikawa Prefecture. Fagiano means pheasant in Italian and is linked to the story of Momotaro, a Japanese folklore figure from Okayama Prefecture. A pheasant was the companion of Momotaro, so the bird appears on the club badge. The main colour of the badge is the traditional team colour of red, with the blue representing the Seto Inland Sea. The badge features the image of Luriko Temple in Yamaguchi, and also takes influence from the coat of arms of the Choshu clan that used to rule the Yamaguchi region. The top of the badge represents Mount Bizan in Tokushima Prefecture. This badge also shows the famous Naruto whirlpool, with Mount Bizan reflected in this. The reflection is in the shape of a V for vortice. The green on the badge is from the greenery in Tokushima, the purple represents Japan's imperial colour, and the red is for passion. The bird on the badge is the oshidori, a type of duck, which is the official bird of Nagasaki Prefecture. Horses play an important role in festivals in Kumamoto, which is why one appears on Roaso Kumamoto's badge. The shield is said to represent the supporters, and is also inspired by the official seal of Kumamoto Prefecture. This badge is based on the club's concept of T-Flare, which is said to harness the power of the citizens, companies and government of Oita to create a successful team. This is why there's a big T in the middle of the badge. The round shape is the O for Oita, as well as the shape of the club's distinctive Oita Dome Stadium. Two Shiza statues from Okinawan culture are on either side of this badge. They're believed to protect from evil. Atop the badge is a crown that depicts the former Ryukyu Kingdom, which is modern-day Okinawa. And the 11 lines at the bottom represent the 11 players on the pitch. A Blackstone's fish owl, the largest living species of owl, takes pride of place on this badge. The owl, which is an endangered species, can be found in Hokkaido. There are also 11 stars, representing 11 players. The red represents a fighting spirit, black the vast land, white the snow of Hokkaido, the owl and fair play, and the blue-grey the thick forests of Hokkaido. Kashima means Deer Island in Japanese, so there's a deer on the badge. The Kashima red comes from the roses of Ibaraki Prefecture, and it all combines to make one of the coolest badges in football. The red diamond on the badge comes from the Mitsubishi logo, with Mitsubishi the owners of the club. Atop the badge is Ho Shokaku, a former school known as the birthplace of football in Saitama, and the flowers are the primrose, the official flower of Saitama Prefecture. Reisol is a combination of the Spanish words for prince and sun. This comes from Kashiwa Reisol's parent company, Hitachi, which in Japanese means rising sun. So the badge has an image of the sun. This badge is heavily inspired by Tokyo Gas FC, the corporate team that ultimately became FC Tokyo. FC Tokyo's club colours are the same as Tokyo Gas, and on the T of Tokyo on the badge there's a flame, harking back to Tokyo Gas FC. Kawasaki Frontale's blue symbolises the colour of the sea of Kawasaki City. The dolphin comes from the club's mascot, and the flower is a tsuji, the official flower of Kawasaki City. Yokohama F. Marinos take big inspiration from the seaside location of their hometown. There's an anchor, seagulls, and the blue of the ocean. In addition, the red means passion and the white concentration. There's also laurel leaves as a symbol of victory. More seaside inspiration. Shonan Belmade come from the beautiful Shonan coast, so there's the white sand and blue sea on the badge, alongside the team's green colour. The three-pronged spear at the top represents attack, and the shield at the bottom represents defence. Esports' badge is designed to resemble Mount Fuji, which can be seen from the club's stadium. The image of the world speaks of the club's desire to be known around the world, and has also featured on Esports shirts over the years. There's a really interesting story behind Jubilo Iwata's badge. The two birds are silhouettes of the Japanese paradise flycatcher, whose song is rendered in Japanese as moon, sun, stars, which is why those symbols also appear on the badge. The highlight of this badge is the appearance of Grampus-kun, the club mascot. He's an orca, which is the symbol of Nagoya City. One more interesting point is the inclusion of the word 8 on the badge. The club were formerly known as Nagoya Grampus 8, but they dropped the 8 from their name in 2017. However, it still appears on the badge. The 8 is a reference to the official symbol of Nagoya City. Kyoto Sanga play in purple, the imperial colour of Japan, which is fitting for a team from the ancient former capital of the country. There are two phoenix birds on the badge, said to represent the club's never die spirit. There's also an old style football on the badge, which is a reference to the club's long history, which goes back to 1922. Gamba Osaka announced their new badge at the end of 2021. The previous badge showed the official bird of Osaka at the top, and a protective shield surrounded by laurel leaves. The new badge is said to represent the three elements of flame, heart and goal, with the additional meaning of creating enthusiasm and passion. There's a cherry blossom flower in the top left corner, which is the official flower of Osaka, and the influence behind the club's colour and name, with cerezo meaning cherry blossom in Spanish. Below the cherry blossom are the rivers of Osaka, and on the right hand side is a wolf, which is the team's mascot. The crown signifies confidence, and there are thorns on the side to represent a firm defence. Vissel Kobe's badge has a shape inspired by Mount Rockall, which looks over the city of Kobe. The black and white stripes are the club's former colours, which changed when Rakuten took over the club from the 2005 season. Sanfrecce Hiroshima's name and badge are connected. Sanfrecce is a combination of the Japanese word for three and the Italian word for arrows. This comes from a story Hiroshima area feudal lord Mori Motonari told his sons. He told them that one arrow can be easily broken, but three together cannot. Atop the badge is a crown, which represents the club's aim to be champions, and the shield shape signifies a strong defence. The club name Avispa comes from the Spanish word for wasp, which is said to express the team's group mentality. And the shape of the club badge resembles a wasp sting, or sharp attack. The pattern around the outside is grass that provides robust protection. And a very colourful one to finish. The bird is a magpie, a special bird for Saga Prefecture. There's also a V-shape in the badge, which stands for victory. The 5 lines of colour represent the 5 continents, and there's also a message in English. True champions in the hearts of all who love Sagan Tosu. A very international inspired badge. So, that was every J.League club badge explained. Let me know your favourites in the comment section, and as always, thank you very much for watching.